Energy from the vast universe enters through the fingertips of our hands and reaches different parts of the body. If you practice meditation, you often notice tingling sensation, vibrations or twitching after a period of time as the negative energy, feelings and stress gets released via fingers and toes. It relaxes the brain, nervous system and eases muscle tension, thereby creating an equilibrium between energy centers located within our body, increases positive growth hormones and serotonin secretion. That's why he or she feels relaxed and rejuvenated after meditation. In palmistry, energy enters through the 3-section of fingers before hitting the associated mounts present below the fingers. If a negative sign like a cross gets formed on these mounts, it blocks the energy flow, concentrates negative energy and brings big troubles in a person's life, which gets reflected in the personality as well. It requires a keen eye to understand the difference between a true cross and a cross formed by random lines on the palms, a rookie mistake made by many people. Let's see the effect of crosses in palmistry. This hand belongs to a brilliant and hard-working lady who consulted me about 4 years back. You can clearly see cross sign on sun mount. She started multiple business ventures in her life due to lack of support. However, things never took off as they should. Money came in and got siphoned off in another form. She was back to square one. I always found in my readings that cross sign on sun mount brings significant struggles to get the desired output and reputation, ego and temper issues, gambling addiction and big disappointments in the artistic endeavors. It creates this negative brick wall of unusual circumstances that is difficult to break. Cross on the sun mount also suggests calcium deficiency or eye troubles that needs to be cross-referenced with other aspect of hands. Black mole on mount of Mercury disrupted her financial stability and brought constant failures. Not to mention, a line from the thumb cutting the lifeline, fate line and another line from the heart line at the age of 32 indicated major setback and deception in the love life. She stumbled across wrong set of people who played with her emotions and vanished from her life, leaving her clueless, frustrated, and sad. When life psychologically breaks you from within, a person often questions the very faith she believed in for a long time. This is where palmistry can take a person out of this deep inner void and bring his or her life back on track if consulted beforehand and done in the right way. Cross on the Saturn mount is an unfortunate sign. It increases insecurity, depressive tendencies, frequent changes and instability in a job, money lost due to bad decisions and misery. Moreover, he or she is prone to fatal accidents, misfortune or even paralysis in one's life. Saturn also rules legs and knees. This is the hand of a late superstar who achieved extraordinary fame and riches. Nonetheless, the bad sign played its own part. There is a clear formation of a cross sign on Saturn mount. She suffered gangrene in her old age, and surgeons had to remove her leg to save her life. With the different meditation techniques I have advised to the people who had this dreaded cross, I noticed remarkable changes who got out of chaos that surrounded them. It slowly changed into positive markings, such as double triangles or drum sign. It takes time, but the results are exemplary. Traditionally, an independent cross marking on the fairly developed mount of Jupiter is considered as a brilliant sign for success in the married life. In addition, if the fate line originates from the mount of Moon, is a clear indication of extraordinary progress in a person's life after marriage, and unconditional support from one's partner, provided there is a presence of clear Mars line inside the developed mount of Venus. To be fair, I have seen cases where marriage ended up in divorce as multitude of negative signs on the palm invalidated this sign. Although it might sound repetitive at this point, if you regularly watch my videos, holistic approach is the only way to go forward while reading palms. Cross on the Mercury mount is a hallmark of overtly shrewd and deceitful person. he or she will leave no stone unturned to take advantage of others' weakness, and swindle them by making false promises. If the pinky finger is bent and Mount of Saturn is bad, rest assured it will accentuate the mentioned occasion. It is wise to maintain distance with such an individual. Furthermore, if multitude of horizontal lines are present on 3 sections of Mercury finger along with the cross formation, it represents constant financial woes or a disaster in business ventures. A cross on the upper mount of Mars denotes danger from hidden enemies who can put speed breakers or destroy the career of a person. That fighting spirit is lost, confidence becomes alarmingly low, which takes the form of irritation, and fear starts to take control, which hampers overall success rate. Cross on the mount of Moon suggests restlessness, anxiety problems, and there is a likelihood to suffer from insomnia or sleeping disorders. It increases pessimistic attitude and negativity seeps in the personality. As a result, he or she might suffer from overthinking, stress disorder or paranoia. A person is prone to accident related to water, unsuccessful travel, aquaphobia or even drowning. Furthermore, it denotes urinary, kidney problems and other health defects depending upon the location of cross sign on the Moon mount. Cross on the mount of Venus denotes big hindrances to get true affections and emotional connect with an opposite sex. As a result, it causes significant delay in the marriage or brings disappointments in the love life. On an overdeveloped Venus mount, there is a possibility that an individual might contract venereal or sexually transmitted disease. Similarly, cross sign on thumb suggests marital troubles and quarrels between partners, caused by nosy people or blood relatives. Cross on Rahu mount is a sure sign of extreme struggles in a person's life. This marking can create a delusion and seeds a thought process in the subconscious mind that there is no light at the end of the tunnel due to lack of success in one's life. It also brings sudden catastrophe, loss of prestige, and monetary loss. Cross sign on Keter mount indicates that connection with the higher power, or catch positive wavelength, is diminished. Consequently, it is found that a person with cross on Keter mount is an atheist due to lack of spiritual development. Also, he or she faces poverty, disease and difficult childhood. Cross on the lower mount of Mars indicates quarrelsome disposition, temper issues and taking things to extreme level to cover up his or her own fault, or weakness. He or she get discouraged easily. There is a hesitation to start and complete things. In conjunction with different bad aspects of hand, such person is seldom liked by anyone because interpersonal relationships are weak. Check out early signs of success by clicking on the I button. Share this video with your family and friends. And don't forget to subscribe, with those notifications on. As always, thanks for watching.